What is up, YouTubers? My name is Johnza, and welcome back to another episode of Zawcasters. And in our last podcast, we were talking about the newly revealed Gen 9. I know it was a couple weeks before or after the announcement of it, but hey, I normally record these beforehand. And quite frankly, actually, by the time I'm recording this episode right here, it is the 21st, so it's actually less than a week ago, almost. Mostly because I don't really have any idea what to talk about, but luckily this happened recently, so I have something to talk about. Which brings me to another topic before we get into this. This might be the last episode we have for a while until I come up with some new topics. Probably like pre-record and edit a lot of them and have them all nice and set and ready to go as well. Because right now I really have nothing else to talk about. There's really nothing else I feel like there is need to talk about. I mean, there was the DLC tracks coming out, but I don't know. I don't know if I should do an episode on that. It's just kind of talking about the tracks, and well, yeah. Plus, we already did a Mario Kart like the DLC course. I think we were talking about the DLC course. What were we? I think we did for an episode. Yeah. So yeah. So before we go into the main topic of this, there's another little short story I wanted to say, and this happened like a few weeks ago. So normally during like it's actually kind of like how this week is almost, where everyone's mostly gone for the whole day, and this is mostly just me and the dogs at home. Like, and I have two dogs in case you haven't noticed, but yeah, normally everyone, like, during this kind of time of the week is gone to, like, work. At least one of them is till, like, the morning till, like, 2:30 or 3 o'clock. They normally get home at this point. Or normally for them, it's like they leave at, like, 1 or 12, and then they come back way later during the night. But this is my stepdad's timeline, by the way. So, it being, like, the start of... So actually, I think this was exactly 2 weeks ago, probably. Yeah, this might have been 2 weeks ago. Well, as of recording this. But, so here's the thing. He would normally be off to work, right? Apparently he was home. Now, I didn't technically know this, because he was downstairs sleeping. And I didn't look out front to see if any vehicles were out front, so apparently his car was up front. So I kind of went downstairs. I think I was looking for something to eat for lunch or whatever. And then I was like, maybe I'll check on Bo while I'm down here, since my one dog buddy likes to sleep downstairs a lot of the time. And then, like, as I'm talking to him, I'm even like, oh, sorry, bud, did I wake you up? I hear right behind me, it's like he's not the only one you're waking up. And I'm like, oh, shit, hi. Like, he literally caught me by surprise because I didn't know he was home. Which, also, to be fair, like, okay, so my parents sleep downstairs. That's their choice. But yeah, apparently he was in bed, and normally, obviously, the lights are out when, like, they're gone downstairs, so I wasn't thinking at all that anybody would be home, and I haven't checked up front to see if there was a vehicle. I just kind of assumed that my stepdad already went to work, but apparently not. So... yeah, that was just a weird little encounter I had with him that day. Apparently he wasn't feeling too well, so he was just kind of sleeping. And I didn't know he was sleeping. I didn't even hear him at all during the morning, so I was like, hey, I got the place to myself for the morning or day or whatever. Well, mostly it's for the week, but it was like that one singular day I was like, what the fuck? Why are you home? Just be glad I wasn't doing anything like, you know, crazy at the house. Luckily, I wasn't planning on throwing like a house party on that day during the day, because he'd be coming up and be like, "What the fuck's going on?" I'd be like, "Oh shit." Well, honestly, I'm not one for planning parties anyway, so it's fine. I honestly don't even have that many friends to really invite for parties anyway, so it's fine. It's all good, but yeah, I just wanted to point that out because that was a fun little interaction I had with him those past couple weeks ago. But anyways, now that we've at least wasted about 5 minutes of your time, let's finally get into the topic story today. So this is another bit of a story. I'll try to make this one more longer. I mean, because I guess there's more details into all this. So yeah, let's get started right as we're on the 5-minute mark. Well, I mean, it might have already passed. It just passed for me, but like honestly, for you guys, there's the intro portion, music, and all that. So, anyways, to start off, I was pretty much hanging out with a friend today, or not today, but like on that day. It was the 17th of March. We decided to hang out on that day because it was actually a really nice day, like probably one of the nicest we've had in a while. So we decided, hey, let's go out and just do something, take advantage of today. So, we did. We kind of just walked around, went through the pen and all. Um, there was also this sub place that opened at the pen recently. It's a new sub place. I didn't really get anything from there because I wasn't really hungry, but my friend did because they were hungry, and they got a sub there which looked pretty good. I didn't have any myself, but like, it looked all right. And we kind of decided to walk to her workplace just because, well, she kind of worked there, so we just kind of like sat on the outside tables of A&W since that's where my friend works. But yeah, we were kind of sitting there, and we also kind of noticed that well, I think she already mentioned it to me, but she said there was like uh, I think I don't know the word convertibles. It's like those relaxing chairs, like the ones the recliner chairs. Like apparently they were added into the Landmark Cinema. Uh, I think recently. I don't know. I just found out on that day, so like I was like, huh, interesting. I even saw a sign while we were sitting at A&W. I saw it like since it's close to the Penn and all. I just kind of saw it there. I was like, oh, hey, that looks interesting. But she was mentioning it beforehand, so yeah. um, and then we just kind of walked around for a bit, and we went back to her place. She was supposed to work on that day through 6 to 11, but let's just say she wasn't feeling too good. I'm not gonna get into too many details why. She wasn't really feeling too good. She kind of had to take a rest, and I don't know, I was decided to kind of just hang around anyways for a little bit. And funny enough, well, I kind of also set up my Switch up there as well, so I kind of had something to do. And well, she was kind of texting me while she was kind of asleep. Well, I mean, kind of waking up, I guess. But I guess then she was like kind of resting a little bit. She was perfectly fine like after we left, but like she was texting and like figuring out what to do, like probably go see something at the Landmark Cinema or something. So we decided to just go and play back, watch the new Batman movie. So that was the movie we decided to watch, which I will say it's a pretty good movie. I did enjoy it myself, and she also enjoyed it as well. So pretty good, pretty good. But yeah, we were mostly texting, even though she was just in the other side of the like pretty much in her room, and I was pretty much just outside and like I guess kind of the living room. She kind of lives more in the basement of her place, so you know, there's that. But yeah. So we planned to go for like the 8:30 show, and we got there like a few minutes beforehand, but we realized that a lot of the seats were taken, and even the seats that looked available, like we just couldn't get for some reason. It just said, "Oh, sorry, you can't let you have that." It's like, bitch, why not? So we had to reschedule and wait almost an hour. Like I actually still have the tickets here from before, and we had to wait for the 9:45 show, which I think was a bit extra because I think it was like a premiere one. Yeah, it was like a premiere section, so we had to like wait like almost an hour. So during that, we kind of just waited outside for a few minutes. We were also thinking about what kind of popcorn we were gonna get or whatever. Since she paid for the tickets, so I was like, okay, I'll pay for the popcorn when we come back. So yeah, we didn't really wait outside all that long because it was kind of getting cold. So we decided to just walk around to Walmart and just kind of look around a bit. She was getting a few snacks. And oh yeah, before that as well, I actually forgot to mention. We went to go grab some snacks, and she also brought Mike's as well. Mike's being the drink Mike's. I don't know if it's officially just a Canada thing, but we have a drink which is called Mike's, and she brought five of them with us. So we decided to bring that to the movie theater and sneak them in, and a few snacks too. I mean, I didn't really have any of my snacks when I was there. I mean, I kind of had a bit of her snacks. Like she brought chips from the dollar store. So we went to the dollar store to get snacks to bring in. while we were waiting. Well, actually, it was on the way to the first show that we were trying to get to, but then obviously we had to wait another hour. So we went to Walmart and just kind of looked around mostly. Um, she got like the sausage bites. Like I don't know if you guys know what those are. They're like small pepperettes in a way. Like she always likes getting them, which I don't blame her. They're pretty good, honestly. Like I enjoy them, but I guess it's like a nice kind of snack for her to have. That's not chocolate all the time or other junk food, since she likes to buy a lot of the junk food stuff anyways. But that's fine with her, I guess. But anyways, so yeah. After that, we decided I think we decided to go to there right at when we were looking around Walmart a bit. I think we stayed at Walmart until like 9:25, and then we left because the show was going to be starting at like 9:45. I think it actually started at 10, but like obviously you want to get there at 9:45 or whatever. And yeah, sorry, I just had a brain fart there for a second. So yeah, we then walked back, we grabbed our popcorn, and the thing was, this is like also our first time coming back from or going to the Landmark Cinema or just going to any theater in general since the pandemic. Like, for me personally, I have not entered a movie theater since the pandemic started. Like, pre-pandemic was probably like the last time I went to go see something. I don't even remember the last thing I saw. It's hard to recall, but I definitely know around that time I know a few movies that I watched. I watched Frozen 2, don't judge me. Um, Detective Pikachu. There was a Sonic movie with my friends. I don't think that was the last one I saw. I know there was Endgame I watched in theaters too. I think that was it. I don't know if I watched any other movies since then, but yeah, I do. I think those were like one of the last four movies I saw, at least before the pandemic even started in the first place. So yeah. So and of course there was like the stuff with the restrictions. Like we've been cutting back on the restrictions here in Canada. In fact, actually, I think coming up into this next month in April, actually, um, I think some stores are now going to have it where you don't have to wear a mask anymore. Like you don't have to walk in with a mask. But obviously, if you want to and like you want to be more safe and sorry, then you can wear a mask and all that. But like there's some places you don't have to walk in with a mask anymore. So that's something that they're doing. And same with like the your shot ID, like your vaccine passport or whatever. You don't really need to have that anymore, which is kind of good for me because I actually never got the vaccine passport. I did get my double dose of vaccines before, but like I never went to go grab the passport because honestly there was really no reason for me to get it. I mean, I know there's some places I could go out to, but like I don't know, I just didn't really see any reason to do any of that stuff until like just now. But like obviously we didn't need it, and that was actually one things that my friend was worried about, I guess, kind of going forward. Like I was feeling confident still a little bit. Like I didn't think it was gonna be any problems or anything. And yeah, we were able to get into the theater okay. Like they didn't notice that we brought any other like snacks. Like we had our backpacks and all like with filled with our snacks and drinks and all that, and we only had popcorn outside of our bags. So we got small popcorn by the way because yeah, it's hard to finish the large. I've had a large at a movie theater before, and Jesus Christ, it's hard to freaking eat all that popcorn. I was able to manage to do that. Like, I barely just made it through, but like, God. Even then with the small ones, like, it's hard to kind of get through that, but like, still. Especially since normally for me, I always like to eat all the food first and then take my drink. So there's that. But I've been kind of going in between back and forth when we were watching Batman before. And I think my friend didn't finish the popcorn. I think they didn't, anyways. I can't remember. I'll just say I was somewhat drunk. I only had two cans of Mike's. I had like a cranberry one and a peach one. And she had three because, well, she only brought five in total, so there was two for me and then 3 for her. So her drinks, her rules to who has who. But yeah, I mean, it was also because it was also on St. Patrick's Day. So like, why not drink on St. Patrick's Day, right? Even in a movie theater. But yeah, we didn't have any problems getting into the theater or anything. Didn't need anything like vaccine related, so we were good to just move on in and take our seats. And the recliners were actually pretty interesting when we got in there. Like, you can literally, like, how, like, with the recliners, you have, like, you can literally recline it. I mean, I guess that would make sense for a recliner, but yeah, it's very interesting. And they're very comfy, too. Like, I was mostly, like, almost laying down for the duration of the movie. I actually did have to get up once and go to the bathroom, but, like, that was it. My friend also kind of had to go to the bathroom, but she didn't really want to miss anything. I don't think I missed anything too important during the movie, but, it was interesting. And I'm not going to really talk about the movie because, well, spoilers, in case any of you have not seen the movie yet. But yeah, it was actually nice kind of going back to the movie theater after, like, all this time. Like, it's hard to watch movies, well, then and there, but, like, obviously things are slowly kind of turned back to normal. I don't think everything's going to be completely normal, like, anytime soon still. Like, there's still going to be, like, COVID stuff kind of going on, and yes, I said the C word. Don't judge me, YouTube. I only said it once, but, like, I think we're, like, slowly but surely kind of getting back to normal. Like, I think obviously the worst bit of the pandemic is finally over, so that's honestly a good thing. Um, Actually, I don't think I've even noticed as well how we passed by the freaking anniversary of the pandemic too. I don't even think I noticed it on the day, honestly, because I feel like at least for me, when the pandemic really started was probably the 13th of March, and I was on a Friday the 13th, so that was definitely an unlucky day. But I do remember, yeah, it was like literally the 13th, and I was in school on that one day. Like, I was in or not public school, like, I was in college at the time, so I was in college, and it was also on that day that they mentioned that from now on classes are, like, canceled, and we eventually switched to online for the rest of the year. And then, of course, for the second year, it was, like, on and off with on campus and online classes. At least for me, because for the classes I had, they were like, it was an acting class, so there were some moments where I had to actually be on campus to do stuff. And then there was like specific like online classes that we had, which wasn't too bad. Between those, I don't really know which I actually prefer, honestly. Because, well, the one reason why I kind of prefer online, which, well, to you guys, like, it's mostly because of travel. Because for me, I had to go all the way to the Welling campus because I was at Niagara College, Welling campus before, and I live in St. Catharines, and that's all I'm going to give out for where I live. In case any of you sneakies out there try to invade me. No, thank you. But, yeah, but I always had to go to the bus terminal in St. Catharines to take the 70 bus over there. And it normally takes like a half an hour drive or half an hour bus ride just to get from uh, here in St. Catharines to the Welland campus. And not to mention, it's a 20-minute walk for me to get from my home to the bus terminal. Like, I'm not that far from the bus terminal. Another small little detail where I live. I'm not going to put out too much more. I don't want to give out my address. But, yeah, so it's still, like, quite a distance for me to go. And, like, lots of time to take up, too, during the day. So, at least with the online classes, all I have to do is just boot up the internet, get to the website that I need to, and then just have the call. That's all I need to do. I'm practically already in class. I like how I just start talking about how the stuff was. But yeah. And one thing leads to another, you start rambling. But yeah, it was nice kind of like going to the theater again after like so long. Like, it's been 2 years at least. Like, what year? Okay, it started like 2020, right? Yeah. So yeah, it's been like over 2 years since this pandemic started. I mean, I will say COVID was around before the pandemic happened, but it was happening in other like places of the world. Like it wasn't really affecting Canada as much yet, but you know, it started to spread, and then chaos happened. I wouldn't be lying if I would say the world's still not in shit, like because it is still in shit in some different ways, but like we're trying our best here. We're trying to move forward with life, and you know, all that crazy shit that's going on. But yeah, it's been 2 years since the pandemic started. Jesus. Like a lot of stuff has happened. Like even for me recently, now that I'm thinking about the pandemic again, like it's weird for me to say that I haven't noticed the pandemic as much. Like I'm actually being serious. Well, for me, I'm normally like home a lot of the times. Like I am also trying to look for work at the time, and I should probably be having a job sometime soon. But yeah. Like I guess that's also one of the reasons why I haven't gotten a job in the first place because I didn't because with the pandemic stuff and everything, it's just I don't know if I really want to work in that kind of environment of how things are. So one of the reasons why I'm kind of avoiding it, but at the same time, like I know it's something I have to do at some point. So there's that. And I have a fun, small little extra story to share with you guys as well. Um, so it was back in January, like I think it was around the 10th or something of January. I applied for Walmart. I think it was like merchant salesman or something in Walmart, and I didn't get anything from them until 2 months later, right on March 10th, like literally this month on the 10th. They email me back finally, and then they say, "Sorry, but we're not going to be like. Thank you for applying for us, but we are not going to be going through with your application." It's like, bruh, you took 2 months to say that. 2 months. I could have had another job by then. I mean, I don't at the moment, but like, still, like I could have been working somewhere else already. Like, honestly, been like, yeah, sorry, you took too long to say something, so I'm already off to a different job already. But still, if they would have emailed me at that time saying, okay, we'll go with your application, you're hired or whatever, then I would be a little more okay with it because that means I wouldn't have to look for a job again. But like, still, it's like, ugh, why even bother like emailing me back if you're not even gonna go through with my application? Like, I could have been already at another job at that point. Like, what's even the point? Ugh. It was just a weird experience, but But yeah, I'm glad things are kind of settled down. And actually, now that I know how the theaters are like, I'm probably gonna be texting my two friends, Hunter and Jared, and we might actually go see the Sonic movie 2 in the theaters because I know that's coming out in the 8th of April, which and this time it's probably actually I could probably see. Yeah, it's still a couple weeks. It's like okay, less than 2 weeks of recording this. It's less than 3 weeks by the time I'm recording this, but like by the time this is up online, it's less than 2 weeks away. So I might do that. I might give my review on the second Sonic movie. Maybe who knows? um, but yeah, I might convince them to come by to Landmark Cinema and we can watch the second Sonic movie because we watched the first Sonic movie together. So I was like, hey, maybe watching the second movie together would be cool. Have it like a tradition. Especially since I've heard, I think it was confirmed. Yeah, I think I also did like a podcast of it saying that it was confirmed. I haven't really looked too far into the third Sonic movie, but I think I've heard stuff that there's going to be like a third Sonic movie. So we might have it being a tradition to watch the Sonic movie together. I don't know. I haven't talked to them yet about it, but I'll see what happens. Because hell, it was like no problem going to the movie theater pretty much on St. Patrick's Day. So it should be fine when the Sonic movie comes out, I was a little nervous, honestly, like just kind of going to the theaters after so long because obviously I didn't know how everything worked at the time, especially when they like opened up again for theaters. I was still iffy because, well, I haven't been there in a while and I don't know how they run things and everything, so, I had to like think, but it's went all smoothly. Like, we should be fine going to see the Sonic movie too. I might just go see it in theaters if I have the chance anyways, because, hey, those recliners are pretty good. Who knows? Maybe I'll get my one friend that I saw Batman with me as well. So, But, yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. We're only 25 minutes in. I'll try to ramble for like 5 more minutes at least, because, yeah. I guess I can ramble and saying how this is going to be the last one for a little bit. Just because I really don't have any other ideas on what to record or what to talk about at the moment. Especially like in my case right now, like I don't know what else to talk about. So I think if anything, we will take a break on the podcast channel here, Zawcasters, for a little bit. Just because I don't know what to talk about, but I'll make sure to pre-record a lot of stuff and then have them ready for the next couple weeks, just so like maybe like at least 6 to 8 pre-recorded at least, and then like I'll have that ready, like all those ready to go, until like, because then I might at least have some more time to actually like figure out some more podcasts and stuff, since. Yeah, not to mention when I do get a job, like a lot of stuff might slow down on not just this channel, but also my main channel and challenge channel. Which, if you guys don't know, I have a main channel for gaming and a challenge channel for gaming challenges down in the description. So make sure you go check those channels out. I don't know why I'm promoting it through this channel. This channel practically has anything or much subscribers, so I should be promoting this channel from my main channel. But but yeah, it was fun. Like, obviously, if you're in Canada, and even in St. Catharines, like if you're still iffy about going to like the theaters or whatever, I say don't worry about it. You're good. You don't even need a vaccine passport or anything. You're good to go. I think you can easily sneak in snacks and drinks as well. So. Well, make sure when you pull out your drinks, make sure it's like completely dark as well. Like, you don't want to be caught with anything, But, yeah, that's only been like 3 minutes almost. But, yeah, this will pretty much be the last podcast for now, until I figure out what else to talk about and have a few more episodes pre-recorded for you guys, because. Yeah, I don't know what else to talk about at this point in time. Not much really happens in my life at some points, but like, I especially like with this freaking story that I just kind of told with going back to the movie theater. I thought it was at least an interesting topic to talk about, especially since it's something I haven't done in years and all that, especially my experience. So, it's good to kind of get those. Shares out, but like, yeah, not a lot happens in my life so much, but maybe like at least when I get a job, maybe I'll put an episode on my job experience there so far or whatever. But that might be the next episode. We'll see what the next episode will be, and we'll see when it's gonna be. It might be in a month's time, maybe 2 months, who knows, but we'll find out eventually, But yeah, I guess that'll be it for this recording and episode of Zawcasters. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this podcast. If you liked it, press the like button or subscribe to whatever. And I'll see you guys when we make another podcast in the next video. That sounded weird. I'll see you dudes next time.